You know what that is? Discipline. Selfish.
No joke. We're legitimate.
Let's fucking do that. Then do it. Do it 100%, because I'm trying to.
We recognize that we are limitless.
You gotta be a champion to become a champion, right? Winning is a habit because we create habits that lead to good execution and success.
Hey, now, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Coach's Show. This is where we try to bring you the strategy, the stories, and the personalities behind competitive paintball. I'm Coach Mike Bianca of the Atlantic Jungle Cats, and with me is my friend and co-host, Coach of Red Legion, Ryan Gray. Boy, do we have a show for you tonight. These are always some of the most fun episodes we do. Can't wait to get into it. Tonight, we're joined by three men who know this game inside and out. Three legitimate legends in the sport today. Coach Shane Pastana of the Los Angeles Ironmen, Coach Kevin Bredthauer of Tampa Bay Damage, and our friendly friend who has a rap sheet in the sport longer than my arm, Rich Telford, who will help moderate tonight's discussion. And what are we discussing? Why the upcoming Tampa Bay Open. We'll discuss what is surely to be a historic event, as a portion of it will be held inside of Raymond James Stadium. We'll also discuss what the offseason moves have done to the landscape of the pro division, and of course, who each of us are picking and anticipating to see on Sunday. So stick around, like, share, comment, hop in the chat, and all that jazz. This is episode 107 of The Coach's Show. The Coach's Show is brought to you by our awesome sponsors, Max Sportswear. Tampa starts this week. Hopefully you contacted Charles at Max Sportswear, and your team will, in fact, be looking sharp at the event. He has all sorts of options you can check into, and we'll work with you on quite a personal level even now. So go get maxed. You won't be disappointed. And BKI, the best knowledge in paintball. Sign up at bkipaintball.com and start learning from the pros this very instant. It's like having your own mini clinic right there on your computer screen or phone. Go to bkipaintball.com and sign up today. Here we go, man. I wanted to fly through the intro so we could get into tonight. And let's talk about a little bit about Raymond James first. Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously we've been, not all of us, me, you, Spick and Span Show, Play the Game podcast, Paintball Ruined My Life, Dan Shelley, like everybody has been talking about this Raymond James Stadium takeover for quite some time now. Honestly, like the expectation, right, was that we want to try to give away, right, 300 tickets, or sorry, 3,300 tickets is what we Major League Paintball's goal was. Well, as of today, we are at 3,200 tickets, and the majority of the teams have still not gone and registered for their tickets. So just FYI, everyone who's coming into the stadium, whether you're playing or not, you need to have a ticket. I'm going to post the link right now. Do what?
Free. Right.
Yeah, they're free, right? But even I think there's some confusion. Even the players, just to mitigate any potential chaos with a security guard as you're trying to get into the stadium for a game, those kind of things, just go ahead and have a ticket. Have a ticket. They can scan the QR code and you walk right in. So go to that link, register, get your ticket. You saw some photos today. Mike, you got to see those as well. The things are coming together there. The grass, fortunately, looks pretty great. Was a little concerned about that. There was a monster truck rally like 2 weeks ago, a concert this weekend. In fact, just to give you guys some perspective on what's happening, normally they have from like Thursday of last week to start setting up. They were able, the Major League Paintball crew wasn't able to get into the stadium for setup anywhere, including the outside, until yesterday. So they're 3 days behind, but they have absolutely crushed it. And I think as of today are ahead of schedule. So pretty impressive what they're doing over there. So kudos to them.
Love it. Love it. It's going to be huge, man. I can't wait. I can't wait to see all the photography and the videos that are going to come out of this. It's going to be cool.
I think you're going to see so many people walking in with the meta glasses, right? And go live, just looking around the stadium. It's going to be a pretty neat experience. So,
absolutely.
And thank all of you guys for showing up, right? Showing up. And I do want to mention one thing. Big responsibility here for our community. Talked to a city official this week who was out at Thunder Valley Paintball while we were practicing, who made a comment that there are some folks in the city who are not real excited about us. And when I say in the city, I don't mean a city council person or anybody like that, but just a citizen here who's not really excited about us being there. Talked about the condition of Dale Mabry after the last year when we were here, and then the amount of paint boxes and things that were kind of left around. So please clean up after yourself. Don't leave stuff in the parking lot. Just clean up after yourself. We're not in a field in the middle of somewhere. We are in downtown Tampa, Florida. Pick up your trash, please. Let's make sure that this is a positive thing for the community.
Absolutely. Behave. Be responsible.
Yeah. Be responsible. That's right.
That's right. Love it. Let's get our boys in here, man.
Let's start with this guy.
Yeah.
What's up?
Hey. Good evening, Rich.
How you guys doing?
Good. Ready for Thursday, to be honest.
Yeah.
Wish it was just Thursday right now.
It's kind of a weird, awkward time between that layout weekend and when you can actually start grinding again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a couple of workouts tomorrow, right? But then it's just not, it's not the same.
Intensity's not there, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ready to compete.
Yeah. I'm super excited to watch you guys this season. You guys have definitely put in more time right now, I think, than anybody else. You guys and Fit. You guys are still in the 6-week program?
We are. Yeah, everybody's I'm here in Florida. Everybody's been here. In fact, we had a couple show up early, but yeah, everybody's been here for 5 weeks as of today.
Good.
Very, very cool, man. I think in 2 or 3 years, the seeds of the fruit is going to come to fruition, and you guys are going to be a big step ahead against everybody else, especially all these teams that have the kind of aging veterans on them now. Because it's going to take 2 or 3 seasons for his.
Why does it feel like Bianca and Ryan are about to break the news they're getting a divorce?
I don't even know what that means.
You know what? Let's keep that rolling. I know just the two fellas to do it, and we're gonna go ahead and bring them on in here. Shane Pastana and Kevin. What's up, guys?
What's happening, boys?
It's too funny.
How's everybody doing?
Fantastic, man. Looking forward to this weekend. It's been a long off season.
Shane, did you go home?
I got home at 2:30 in the morning this morning, and I'll fly back out on Wednesday. So.
That's tough, brother. Make sure you get some rest, man. Going back and forth like that, East Coast to West Coast, is real hard.
Yeah,
it's
rest
brutal.
Is not part of the deal.
Even if you're on the Dijet.
Yeah, the Dijet. Yeah, I wasn't definitely not on the Dijet last night. Let me tell you.
SK, you stayed out there?
Yeah, it's just kind of silly to go back and forth.
Yeah, it's hard.
Well, he's a rock star. I'm a
I get. Hey, man.
You win World Cup, you get to do that. Me, I got to fly back and forth, man. Come on.
I'm in Lakeland. It's not like awesome.
How do you really feel?
I'm sure he'd much rather be in San Diego.
Yeah,
pretty much. For a heads up for all the teams out there, 2 hours to go through security last night through Atlanta. So be diligent, get to the airports early. It was awful. We had guys scattered all over the place, several flights canceled. So be on top of it because it was definitely ugly
get
this
there
weekend.
Early.
Yeah, get there early. Yeah.
Well, my connection's to Atlanta, so I shouldn't have an issue. I just got to land and get to the next gate and go, hopefully.
Yeah, we had that too, and all our flights got canceled in Birmingham. So we all had to drive to Atlanta last night. That was the deal. So that was fun. Yeah. But
all right.
Got home. We made it, baby. Let's go.
Prayers right now.
Yeah. Don't be that guy. I didn't know security was going to be that bad. And then another place I heard people are just blowing right through. So I have Clear, and Clear wasn't available. in Atlanta for
Yeah.
whatever reason. So I don't know. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So depending on which terminal 2 you're leaving out of, like the TSA may have like 4 people.
Right.
So yeah. And so I will also mention, like, given the opportunity, try to be kind. Like the ones that are showing up there right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not getting paid.
They're not getting paid.
Like, please, like, just be grateful that anybody is there to help you get through security, because none of them are getting paid right now. So just think about that before you react in a negative way.
Yeah.
So
That
when I was
is
yelling at them last night, that was bad.
I mean, that could have been why you had problems.
Yeah, that's me. I'm a big yeller. Only at my guys.
Yeah.
I don't yell at anybody else except my guys.
Only when we mess up.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Right.
Yeah. So,
I didn't think I was a big
that's-
yeller till this past weekend. But now I've realized I am.
Comes full circle, Zen Master.
Rounding out.
Are you the Zen Master with cane
that's
now?
funny. Yeah.
Fucking my Zen up,
Meetings
bro.
will continue until morale improves.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, let's start there. Let's talk about practices.
Yeah.
Rich,
Yeah,
does that sound good?
Yeah, man. Ryan, who'd you guys practice and where?
Yeah, so we were at Thunder Valley. We played a handful of teams. We got to play a day with a match of 8 points with the Sea Dogs. We played Aftershock for 3 days. We played Dynasty for 2 days, and we played Tauntauns for a day.
Who was the other than yourselves? Who was the standout team?
Dynasty looked great.
I feel
Yeah,
About right.
they look
And how's
great.
the facility?
I mean, Thunder Valley has put up
Pretty nice.
a huge deck now. It's like one of the Zudels, Ben Zudel, was up in the tower with me at one point, and I kind of made a joke. I was like, "Hey, can we make this bigger?" I mean, it is like 20 by 30 probably. So, I mean, at one point, there's all of the coaches and then like tons of spectators up there, and it like, of course, nobody's standing deep, like stacked up, but still there were probably 25 people up there and still plenty of room to move around. So yeah, the facility was great. The grass was fantastic. I mean, for Florida to not be, sticking into the ground every time the guys dive and get potential injury. Yeah, it was, it's really nice. The facility.
Dynasty looked dominant, I heard.
Dynasty looked great. Yeah, Kyle Berry was playing really, really well. Stephen O'Mara looked good playing with them. Archie Barnes looked good. Had, still making a few mistakes, but Archie looked good. Dude, Alex Fragi looked great. He looked
The old man
great.
still got it.
He still does.
Yeah. Alex Fragi was sliding around all over the place, playing 30 feet off of the brick in the middle of the field, shooting guys out. He looked fantastic. So it was a great weekend. We're actually, tomorrow we are playing a match with Dynasty and a match with the Tauntauns. So looking
awesome.
forward to that.
Taking advantage of a little extra time on Tuesday. I love that. Mike, who'd you guys practice?
Well, we were in God's country down here in Alabama.
And
we practiced the Ironmen and our D2 sister team, Chaos. And so we were at Prime Paintball, one of the best playing services in the nation.
Second best, to Thunder Valley, but very nice.
I will tell you this, though, after the 3 teams got done with that field, it's a little worse for wear now.
The grass didn't look the same.
We played a lot of paintball this.
You look over at Mike, and he's got that one tear like the Indian. Just running down his face.
100%.
My grass.
100%. So, but no, the McGowan family are wonderful. They were terrific hosts.
Amazing.
And I'm sure that field will be pristine within the next couple of weeks again. And of course, they've got it to where there's 2 fields, and then they have a field that's off to the side that they're probably going to add a 3rd field. I understand. So it's growing and it looks great. And they just, the grass management's fantastic out there. And it's funny. We were playing in 70-degree weather with a light breeze all weekend. And then today in Leeds, Alabama, we were, it was about 37, 36 or so, and it was snowing. So we dodged a bullet.
Yeah,
I even posted on social media. I said, Alabama, go home. You're drunk. So
Shaner, how'd Mike's team look?
They look good.
Come on.
What?
No, come on. Be on. Let's go.
Look like a new team.
They look like a team that, they're making the mistakes that a new team would make coming into the pro division, but they also are a team, and you can tell they're a team. And that, I think that puts them ahead of I'm doing air quotes, pro teams that are already, yeah, you like that, that are already in the bracket with us. I think that they're a family, and you can tell, and I think it's just, we'll see how the growing pains go for how it is. Every team that comes in new into the pro bracket, you don't know what you're going to get, but they were dominant last year, and I think they're going to be a tough out for anybody they play this year. And they're going to make mistakes because you expect that, but also I think they're going to surprise some teams out there this year, and it could be this weekend coming up, and it wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, God willing.
Yeah.
So.
SK,
the Ironmen looked good. The Ironmen seemed to really get into a flow throughout the weekend. Their comms were excellent. They had good guns on the break, so it's going to be a knife fight.
I don't think Rich asked you, Mike. Why are you talking out of turn?
I'm not going to let you say nice things without returning the favor. That's just how it works.
Yeah. I'm gonna pay. I gotta.
And remember, I said
money,
moderator.
Yeah, there you go.
I did the air quotes, Ryan.
SK.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's my turn now? Okay.
Yeah.
We played at Legacy here in Lakeland, and we played against Heat, and then we played Wrecking Crew and Legacy, which are both semi-pro teams. So,
how'd Wrecking Crew look?
They looked okay. I was a little more proud of.
Right?
Yeah, they've had some continuity for a little while now, and they had won World Cup, so I think they should be in good shape. Legacy played really well too. So those are a lot of young kids that, a lot of them are on the USA teams. So I think they'll be going places at some point.
How'd Heat look?
He looks good, but I mean, they had quite a bit of changes between the coach, players, sort of blending some together. So I think they'll figure it out. I think it might take them an event or two, but I think they'll be good.
Reasonable. So the training, the practice, the development of the team started at the end of last World Cup. So I want to go through the line and just talk to you guys about when you started preparing for Tampa after World Cup, and what do you think you did differently maybe than the teams that you're playing against? So obviously everyone here is in different positions. Ryan, top team. SK, top team. Shaner, you're on a rebuild. Mike, you're building a brand new team. So obviously you guys had different goals in the offseason, and I just want to hear what you guys did in the offseason, what you can tell us, and kind of highlight the things that you think you did well on. Ryan, you're the first in the picture, so you should go first.
All right. Yeah, we kind of started with, first of all, like every coach, we all create an analysis of 2025 and then like future goals for 2026. And it sort of started with.
When you say, I apologize for interrupting. When you say coaches, how many coaches do you have in your program?
We have 3.
3 coaches. Okay. I'm not joking around.
Yep.
I think that's a big, I think people are kind of expanding their coaches, and some of the programs have more and some have less. 3. Okay. Thank you. And those are 3 head coaches, right?
No. So Alexi is kind of he's the head coach. And then Max is sort of head of player development and individual training technique and process. And then I handle all of the technical aspects, including, all the stats, videography of all of the practices, and then the analysis of the videography, and then also do some sort of one-on-one coaching with the guys as it relates to event process. And then like for the prep, I break down videos, send it to the players, like with a voiceover. And then I also do all of the recruiting. So I sort of put together the list of players that I like. We watch those players throughout the year. So like last year, I started with 12. I ended with 7 players on the list. So we kind of talked about so step 1 in the offseason was let's add to the roster, but let's add the bodies that we need, not just shotgun blast of guys. We knew we wanted to add a stake attacker. We wanted to add 1 center attacker, and then kind of 1 Dorito attacker. So we were able to get all of those. And then, no pro player was on our list, but then, Corey Hall fell into our lap, and we were able to get him. Then it was about creating baselines for each player. So we have all the players come into Tampa. We create baselines for them, and then every single player has a customer card with a plan. Max handles all of that. That started 6 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago today. So all of the players, including our players in Russia, all of them have a player card with a plan, regardless of who they are. And then we start the process again 5 weeks ago. Up to the layout drop, and then as soon as the layout drops, everybody gets kind of a day or two to make the pro line. Anybody who doesn't make the pro line goes down to our semi-pro roster, and that's kind of what it looks like for us for the off season.
Very cool, man. Thank you for that insight, Mike. I'm sure you now. Do you have 6 coaches, Mike, or 4 coaches? How many coaches do you have? 1. Okay, so you got to do more jobs, right?
Yeah, right. Well, now don't get me wrong. So yeah, I'm a one-man show right now, but I brought in 3 friends that are familiar with the program to help do a lot of stuff, to help with scouting, to help with, I'm bouncing ideas off, getting critical thinking and response back, that sort of thing. So
you have a staff, they're just not official.
I have a staff, yeah, that's helping.
Good.
So
hey man, this is a really tough sport. The more help that you can get, the better.
100%. My approach, obviously, once I took the job with the Jungle Cats, and I'm already familiar with a lot of these guys. A lot of them are close friends of mine. They've been grinding a long time. I've coached a lot of them over the years. I started with culture, right? I had to start with culture. Now, having those conversations about, like, would I be impressed with my own preparation, right? And so you've got to establish yourself. You've got to sit there and say, I'm not here to build your self-esteem. I'm not here, I'm here to build your spine. I'm here to build your talent. You have permission to fail and you have permission to learn. You do not have permission to quit.
That's it. I quit. That's a barrier to no entry for me.
Well, but I mean, that's, you want to establish that type of culture. We talk about culture all the time on the show, and
it's a tough sport, man. You can't be soft.
If you're inconsistent, my coaching can't fix you. If you aren't willing to work hard, if you try to avoid it, no coaching, no program can save you. So if you're not willing to show up and give me and your teammates 100% every time, success or greatness is off the table. So matter of fact, we talked about this, Ryan. I think you're right. We've talked about this before. I had that conversation. None of you will call yourself a professional paintball player. You play professional paintball. You are not a pro player yet until you win a match. Then we can start calling ourselves. So you want to start setting goals like that and level set. I'm a firm believer that success favors those who plan with purpose and act with persistence, right? You got to focus on the progress, not perfection. Build routines that feed the team's energy, and then, right, the goals and the successes will follow. We got to be intentional. Let it, the intent guide our actions, and all that jazz, right? Trade comfort for growth. A champion is someone who still gives their best even when they aren't playing their best. But that's the kind of thing you got to do. And then, once I work through that metrics, once I work through that kind of, cultural metric, then it was to get into that physical metrics, right? The playing metrics. And so I do, mine's nothing like the Russian Legions, but mine certainly is trying to understand, letting the players know where they are. So I have a metric set that I do. They all get graded on it. They all get individual assessments. And then what happens is it sits there and it ranks them. And then you sit there and go, okay, this is where you are. So everyone knows where they stand. So you don't have to have that conversation, why am I not playing points? Right. It's right here.
I love that.
So
cool.
that's what we worked on. And then, we've had some great practices, and then we had a great learning experience this weekend, right? We took these theories and systems and processes that we've been working on for the last, 2 months or so, and brought them to the layout practice, poked some holes in them, and then use the Ironmen and chaos to learn. So that's what we've been doing.
Thank you very much. It's amazing listening to you guys talk, how far coaching has come in the last 15 or 20 years. Shane, remember Bobby just screaming at us and being like, yep, that's what we're going to do. Okay, let's go do that. Not like, multiple coaches and evaluations and, work. It's very cool that coaching has come as far as it has. Shane, how was your off season, brother? I think Shane might be frozen, so I'm going to skip to SK. SK, how was your off season, brother?
Yeah.
We can hear you, Shane, but you're.
For us, it was kind of. Am I breaking up?
You're good now.
You're good
Shane,
now.
we can hear you. We just can't see you.
Okay. Okay. I don't know what's going on. But
It's the government, bro.
Good?
You dropped out. SK.
Okay,
Hey,
I'll
buddy.
go.
Shane will be back momentarily.
So our team's a little bit different than some teams because we have about 8 guys that are all, or 9 guys that are all in Florida that can
so
drive
nice.
to practice.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So a bunch of them played, not every weekend, but off and on since November. So that's obviously a big advantage, and
Huge,
especially for a guy like Brian, who was hurt most of last year. So he got his reps back. He didn't look rusty in January when we had our first official practice. So that was a really good sign. So I think we have an advantage there, but we do have CJ, Chris, Marcelo, and Mouse that are obviously in different locations. Like
Right.
Mouse and Marcelo do some drills together, and Chris plays at his local field, so does CJ. So honestly, we had three like good practices before this event, so I'm pretty good.
Season, that's really good, man.
No, I think it's fine.
Most teams got in like one good practice, one good 3-day or something like that. So 3 is amazing.
And I do think there is some value to taking some weekends off for old guys on my team to repair their old bodies.
I love your roster, but your roster's starting to scare me, man. They're starting to get a little long in the tooth, and there's not a bunch of young dudes.
We got a lot on that for that reason.
Fortunately, like their play style, like they're not really hard on their bodies. Like they get to their spots, and then they can kind of anchor up and play from there. They're not running all over the field, so that'll keep them going for a while. But they're getting up there.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Shaner.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It's all me, probably.
It's the government, bro.
Yeah, it's the government. Yeah, so we did a little switch of rooms, and I'm at work still, so I was kind of seeing how it goes. But yeah.
Well, if you moved into the bathroom, it's amazing. You should be in the bathroom from now on.
It's the porta potty. We're back in the porta potty, So yeah, so all good, So I didn't hear what SK said. Sorry, but for us, it was we lose arguably our best player, Tommy Guest, to
and how did you lose him?
And honestly, he felt he had a better chance to win with X Factor than us.
Didn't come down to money, just a better chance to win.
But that was the main deciding factor. He told me. So
it's hard to like fault him for that, but it hurts because we all kind of saw it coming, and we're all fans, so we want you guys to do well. So we were hoping he would stay. Yeah,
no, me too. But things happen for a reason. It kind of got us aggressive. We went after some guys this offseason, and honestly, I really like where we're at right now. Bianca saw it this weekend, and we're legit. And I feel that we can get our consistency up. We're gonna give everybody all they can handle this year.
That's what I like to hear, brother.
No, I feel no, seriously. I feel
it's been
really
a while,
confident.
Man. We've been waiting.
I hope so, man.
The
guys are excited. We're putting in a lot of work. They're holding me a little more accountable, which is good. And we have 2 coaches, Pax and myself, Mike Paxson. So, and then, but yeah, and we picked up 3 guys, and honestly, we're tight. We're rolling 8 dudes, and it's coming together a lot quicker than I thought it was. So hopefully we'll, how it is. We had a great, 2 practices, and we kind of feel pretty comfortable with each other, and, long meetings together, and not a lot of extracurricular, more just focusing on the task at hand. And,
nice.
yeah, so I'm excited. I'm
Well, that's
excited
good,
about
man.
it.
I was a little concerned, so that makes me feel a little bit more confident.
Me too. Me too. So yeah, we're I mean, we'll find out in a couple days, see exactly where we're at, so, but I will be very disappointed if we're not a consistent Sunday team.
Well, you won't be the only one disappointed, brother.
Yeah, no, I know. And I mean, that should be always our goal, is to win the events. And that's always my goal. But I mean, in all reality, I feel that we're pretty good.
Nice. So let's take this opportunity to talk about the new teams into the league. How many new teams do we have, Mike, Ryan?
3.
3?
I thought it was 17. Jeez.
I mean, 3, 4, if you count Heat.
Sea Dogs still seems like a new team to me too. But so Ryan, break down the new teams in the league. Everybody give your spiel on the teams you know the best.
Yeah, so the team I probably know the best. Well, honestly, I don't know any of them great. We all know who Collision is, right? It's all, I mean, the whole roster for the most part is made up, other than a handful of guys, of the Aftermath team from a couple of years ago. 2024, which I think is probably the best year of professional paintball that we've gotten to experience. I think every team in the league that year made a Sunday, which I don't know that that's ever happened before, and at this pace may not ever happen again. Yeah, right. It was a great year. So I think that team, of the 3 teams coming in, probably has the best chance to find success right away, just simply because the roster is it's vets, right? It's guys who've been in the league before. For one reason or another, they dropped out of the league and have now found their way back, and kind of all in this conglomerate. Guys like Ben Challenger, who was with AC Diesel. I think that they're going to be an interesting team to watch. I think with 5 pods and the tempo at which I think you're going to need to play in order to be successful, especially on a layout like the one we have here, it'll be interesting to see kind of how they adapt, right? Yeah, the majority of those players on that team from 2 years ago really like to play a slow pace,
to wait and
right?
see.
Yeah, kind of let the game sort of develop to them instead of them being dictating the pace and tempo and kind of the flow of the game, if you will. So it'll be interesting to kind of see how they do. But I mean, great coaching, great leadership. David Ramirez, I think, doesn't get enough credit for his intelligence. He was a big part of Aftermath's success when they were doing their thing, and would literally stop playing when things would get chaotic and start coaching. Right? That's, in my opinion, you can't buy that kind of leadership. So I think that they probably have the best chance, but we'll see.
Tough first bracket for them.
For sure.
Mike, you want to talk about one of these other new teams that well?
Well, yeah. I mean, the Jungle Cats, obviously, I could talk about, but I think I wanted to follow up Ryan with, I think he's spot on with Collision. I think they probably are poised to be the most successful, to have an immediate impact. Distortion, another new team. Jungle Cats, the other new team. Someone mentioned Heat. That's valid. You could even say Aftershock to an extent. So yeah. So I think Distortion, I mean, they took a blow right when they got the spot. Half their roster left. The Blast Camp guys left to go back and play with the reformed Blast Camp in semi-pro. So that was a serious blow. But we had John Iannucci on the show not too long ago, and they've got the right mental attitude. So we'll see what happens there. There's I'm not that familiar with a lot of the roster, but it's definitely everyone's talking about new blood. Well, there's plenty of it to go around, and that's for sure.
Yep. You guys want to get into the brackets?
Sure.
So I haven't done this with you guys before. SK, you're breaking down bracket A.
Yeah.
Can you break it down for us, please, sir?
Well, I mean, I can start with Collision since they're new.
Okay.
I don't think you're quite right, Ryan, because I think they're a little bit. There's a couple Aftermath guys, but there's a couple other guys from like different places. So Jordan is from like DMG, and then like Ben, obviously you said from Diesel, Evans from like the USA program, and And Daniel Park is actually an Ironman guy from a long time ago.
That's right.
But he, he's been playing a lot lately, but on, WC teams, and I think he played in Europe too. I can't remember.
I think that reinforces it though, doesn't SK? I mean, that's more pro experience. They play a lot. They played the WCPPL a lot.
I do.
My point was really that the core of that team are all those former. Yeah, the core of that group is really those 5 aftermath guys.
Valid point though, SK.
Yeah. So, but I do think some of those guys will add a little bit of the tempo, is what you're talking about. So, and I do like that they have played. A lot of them have played together for a long time, and for at least a year, and I think that really helps. And then I believe they won the WC. I don't know what their exact roster was for that one.
They did, and they play a lot too.
Yes. So. I feel like they're going to do well. I mean, obviously it's pros hard, but I think they're going to be okay.
Yeah, good season to start.
Yeah. So Shock, I'll just move up to Shock. Shock is honestly a lot. There's been a lot of changes on that team, and if I'm correct, so they picked up Marky Franz, and then Jesse and
Jared Lackey.
And Lackey, that's it. And Mason. So the one person I do want to talk about is Mason. I think he's awesome. Like I talked to him in Portugal last year in Europe. He was playing for the Luckies, and I don't know if he still is, or they probably have an American pro problem at some point. But I think I was like, when are you going to play in the U.S.? That's where you should be playing. So, and then I'm actually really excited that he found a team to play on, because it's really difficult for European guys to find a spot.
He played well this weekend.
Oh, he did? Okay, good. So them, I think they're going to have a little more of an issue, just because they have, between some of the semi-pro guys they brought up that don't have the experience, and then the continuity is not there at all. So
and they were struggling last year with better players, right? So it's going to be.
Yes, I would say on paper they had better players, but yes. So I mean, for them, I think it's gonna take them an event or two before they get anywhere. So and I mean, honestly, it's like a discovery for us watching those kinds of teams.
Yeah.
So
is
Ironman, Todd Adamson is yes.
Okay, nice.
So Ironman, obviously they have they added 3 guys. Caleb, I think, is fantastic, and I thought he's really started to get better over last year, and so I think that'll help the Ironman's depth, especially like Snakeside. So I think that will really help. They have 2 young guys too, which I've always found is a good idea for a team that's kind of in the middle, because it helps push the older guys, because the young guys are excited and they're like, they're new to pro. Yeah. It just gives people.
You haven't got burned out yet.
Correct. Yes. So, and I think that really helps. And sometimes they challenge the older guys for spots, which is, I think, Shane's concept.
I think it's super important.
Yeah. Uprising, I texted Tyler before the show and just asked, they really have no changes at all, except for one of their guys retired, or I believe. And I forget, I want to make sure I say his name right. But the one guy on their team last year, I was like, who is that guy? So that was, I believe it was, gosh, I don't want to get it wrong now. So who is it, Ryan? You know who it is.
I have no idea.
Really?
Don't play these games, Ryan.
Are you guys talking about the kid? Are you talking about the kid on the Dorito side?
Yes.
All right, I don't know his name.
He's on Ryan's short list.
Can't help you there. Sorry, friend. Yeah, actually, he retired. Don't talk about
him. Okay, there you go. That's. I just wanted to make sure. Yes, he was awesome, and he's going to help them a lot, because he obviously hadn't played a lot before this, and now he's got a little over a year. So
yeah, that's it.
Last season, the off season. Did they do anything off season? Were they practicing or anything?
I'm not sure about that. I mean, I know they always pretty much practice locally, so I'm sure they did fine there. I mean, I think they're one of the teams that is closest to push into that top 10. Like, well, I think they might be in the top 10, but they're right on that area that's there.
I agree.
So, and I think they're a team that, with continuity, which they've had, I think they could move up a little bit.
Yeah.
You want to see something funny really quick? So you have Dusty, who's watching on YouTube, and then you have Danny, who's watching on Facebook. Yeah, and it's definitely Austin Woodward. He's solid.
Yeah. And then so I texted Casey before and asked him about his players. So he basically has everyone back, and then Brody is back healthy again, and then he also added 2 from their other team or lower division teams. I don't know how to say this guy's name. John Jesus. No, John
Jesus.
I'm not playing against that guy.
Yeah,
I don't want to either.
You win, sir.
He wins.
Might have been John Jesus.
John it's an Italian name. Petruccielli. I'm sorry. I apologize for butchering that. And the other guy is Henry Portillo, who is actually opening a new Portillo's hot dog place in
Portillo.
Oh, I want to be that guy's friend. Let's go.
Yes. So that's what Casey told me.
I guess we know where we're eating from now on, guys.
So I honestly think there's not going to be a lot of surprises for Fit. I do think the 5 pods thing might affect them somewhat, just because that was not their style last year. But I don't think they can.
A lot of times they practice hopper ball, like when they're doing reps.
Right.
So maybe they'll be able to adapt. But you're right; they do lean on have guns a lot.
And they're a control team with like tons of bounce shots, tons of that, and that requires more than 5 pods.
I agree.
So, yeah.
Good breakdown, brother. Thank you, man. Shano Mack, you want to give us bracket B?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Thank
sir.
you,
man. All right, we'll start with NYX. NYX struggled last year. They were always, at that,
Really?
yeah, kind of fighting not to be in that relegation and and it came down to the last event cup. But one thing I can say is they didn't really make any big changes. There wasn't so they do have that continuity that they all played together last year, and went through the trials of being in a pro division. So I think that, actually, I think they're going to do better this year. How much better? I think that's on them, because they were very inconsistent at times, where they were actually right in the middle of a match, and then those bad deaths or a crucial penalty or just give it a point away, and with his inexperience or just playing bad. I don't, you could ask them and they'd probably say playing bad, because I think they're pretty disappointed how they ended up last year. So, I mean, we'll see how they do. I know there's a lot of new teams. So, those teams they got to beat, this bracket they're in is rough. I mean, all the brackets are rough, but this bracket's rough. Aftermath's the next team, and I was really surprised how poorly Aftermath did last year.
I think they had a lot of struggles off the field, Shaner. They were going through coaches and.
Yeah, well, the only team they could beat was us. I mean, thanks,
fuckers.
Come on. Yeah, come on, what the hell, man? But but it just seemed like they really, from the year, 24.
Yeah, it's complete turnaround.
They were right there, and then it just kind of fell off. And like you said, the turmoil or whatever, they get Opie as their coach this year. I think that's going to bring them some stability. Is going to bring him some, experience. I mean, Opie's been in great programs. I mean, he's been around paintball for centuries like the rest of us.
When I think Opie, I think stability.
Well, they picked up Devin Stewart, who's another really solid, smart player, close out games. I think they're going to be a team that I think they will definitely be a better team this year. And I don't think they were playing bad last year. I just think the results didn't come. I think they'll have better results this year, personally. Where that's at, maybe the middle of the pack. I don't know.
Hey, man, middle of the pack is better than they did last season.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think that would surprise anybody. More like the 24 team, not the 25 team, I guess, size kind of what I'm thinking, from them. And then you never know, they're going to go on a run because they do play a lot of paintball.
I was going to say the one benefit that they always have is if they do figure their shit out, they play paintball all the time. So if they figure it out and then they can get really good at whatever they figure out, then they have a chance.
Yeah, 100%. Buy into the program and do what they do, and they grind. So they're going to be a tough out, I think, for everybody this year. Personally, Infamous, I kind of feels like us. We all kind of finished right in that middle. Us, them, Arsenal. We were all kind of in that middle of the pack from 10 to 13, 14, right in there. They add a few guys. They add Danny, and Kyle Bowen, and honestly, Danny's good, man. And so is Kyle. They have a good team. It's just a matter, are they going to put it together? Kind of I like say, I keep bringing up about the Ironmen, very similar results last year. A lot of 2-2s right there on the cusp. So are they going to take that step up to the next level, just like we're hoping to do? Or are they going to be the same team that they've been, kind of middle of the pack, beat good teams, lose to a bad team,
that's
make
what
a
I saw last year is where they would play one match and you're like, oh shit, Infamous is fucking looking good.
Yeah.
And you watch them play the next match, like, Infamous sucks. And you're like, you don't know which of those two teams. I mean, all the players are great, coaches are great, the program's great, but for some reason they have, no stability and no continuity. They're just up and down and up and down.
Yeah. So, I think there's question marks there, but also I think that they could beat any team in the league. I don't think anyone would disagree with that, with the talent they have on that roster, and then you got, Damage. What a turnaround. They kind of weren't the Damage that we were used to seeing in the beginning of the season. And then all of a sudden, a couple moves are made. SK gets, I felt that SK got him, the ship was kind of going a little left, a little right, and he just got him going forward. And
he does not mess around, bro.
No, but I mean, it's navigating, it's herding cats, doing it. Yep. Coaching a paintball team's herding cats. I mean, let's be honest, and it's like
cats with big egos.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think of those guys. Just think
no, not those guys. Everybody else, not those
everybody
guys.
else. Yeah, no.
And that's why Rich is here.
And then when you watched them at World Cup, they had a swagger about them, man, and it doesn't surprise me they won.
Yeah,
they were.
Same.
There's no lack of confidence on that team.
No, but they were, and they're the team to beat right now, in my opinion, and that's, and they're not a lot of changes. They do. I know, SK, how many guys do you have on the roster now?
15.
12.
12. Okay. Yeah.
We're only allowed 12. So otherwise we would have 13.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. Keep on trucking, big boy. I mean, it's a lot of bodies, but they're managing it, and it's obviously they're getting great results from it. So, I think, I feel they're the best team in the league right now. They proved it at World until we go into Tampa, and it resets. But they are the best team in the league.
Sunday evening in Tampa. They are.
Which wouldn't surprise us if they were playing Sunday afternoon.
Home team advantage.
Yeah, that's for sure. And then Legion. I mean, this this layout with this team, oh boy, here they watch out, boys.
Yeah, they better not bore us.
Yeah. I mean, them playing those 7-minute points is really going to be awful on this layout. Let me tell you. No, I think that and Ryan, we talked a little bit about how they break down teams and what they're doing. We're going to have, two plays, or we know what to do, two different ways to counteract that and stuff. And I just think their pressure, their aggression.
Yeah, I like
they did it all last year. They did not, they did not shift gears at all. Wherever, I mean, we had some layouts that everyone was playing them slow, and these dudes are running all over the place and, coming at you, in waves.
Yeah.
And
stylistically, they're the funnest team to watch.
Oh yeah, me too. I love watching them, and then we go to 5 pods on top of that for us, which I think even helps them more.
I concur.
Which they don't need more help. Damn it!
I went through the list when they did the 5 pod thing. I was like, good for them, bad for them, good for them, bad for them, and they were one of those good for them teams.
I think it's great for them because Ryan always talks about how long their points are at practice, and usually it's about 1.5 minutes. Consistently over the year. I would imagine you're down about 50 seconds on this layout. Right around that range.
No, 47 seconds actually. Shane, 47 seconds. Yeah, but right around 50.
It's real close.
See, I mean, we all know you. We all know your team, and I mean that Legion damage game. Wow, that's going to be a fun game to watch. So that's gonna. I'm actually excited about that. That's going to be that's two heavy hitters right there. It wouldn't surprise anybody if they're the two teams playing Sunday afternoon against each other. So
for sure,
totally agree.
Yeah, so but
100%.
Yeah.
Amazing breakdown. Thank you, Shaner. Mike, can you break down bracket C for me, please?
Sure. Since
tough
SK and Shane
SK
went backwards to frontwards, I'll do the same.
Nice.
Distortion took third last year in semi-pro and purchased the AC Diesel spot for the season after Mark and the boys decided to look at different opportunities.
Greener pastures.
That's right. Losing the Blast Camp players, like I mentioned earlier, right after the purchase would have probably ended most teams.
This was a crazy offseason.
But after, like I said, we had Coach Iannucci on. It was obviously they were undeterred. He told us about the mindset of the team, and they're moving forward. So, look, there's pro-level experience on this team in Mike Unger, Kevin Wang, a few others, and I think they just picked up Matt Askren. They also have a young man named Avery Wynn, who I've gotten to know over the years, and I like that kid.
Oh, will we?
Yes.
So
there is talent on this team.
I'm looking for big things out of that kid.
Same. He's a sponge. The key for them will be can they out-team teams? Right? They got to come together. They're going to have to play as a unit. But I think in this bracket, it's going to be tough. It's going to be very tough. They got to
playing uphill.
Yeah. Leverage. This team was missing 2 or 3 of their starting lineup the first 3 events of last year, I think. I'm pretty sure it was. I think you saw the real potential at World Cup where they made it to Sunday with a 2-2 record. This is a smart paintball team. They now have a dedicated coach in Sinelli. They've added some firepower with the Altamore brothers and Scott Graham, I believe. This is a pretty homegrown team for the most part. And there's a strength in that. Unfortunately, they landed in a grinder of a bracket, the first event, but we'll see, Dynasty, 9th place finish last year. I know a guy. Anyway, I don't think you weigh that here. I think they pick up a strong utility player in O'Mara, tremendous speed in Archie Barnes Jr. and Mike Urena, as well as very consistent, solid and clutch player in Elliott Weaver. Throw in the new financial backing, which translates to more practice as a team. I think you have a very dangerous dynasty. It's obvious they're playing for the future in this situation, right? Core players like Ryan Greenspan, Alex Frazier, Yosh Rao, they're all in their 40s now, which, by the way, I don't think means much of anything really. This is a deep roster. Blake Yarber, Joe Barrett, Harrison Fry. I mean, you have weapons galore here. Add Kyle Spica on the clipboard, and you can count on them being well prepared for the event. If the culture stands that the best play, they'll be good to go. Not really too worried for them. I expect to see them a top team again this season. Heat's next. Heat finished 7th last year, but had one of the more radical off seasons, right? Ownership change, coaching change, roster changes, sponsorship changes. You have the core experience with McHale, Moorhead, Dizon. Then you add Cody Mikowski and Rob Velez, sprinkle that speed of Betancourt and Saldana. You have a pretty capable roster. The enigma right now is if they're gelling well, right? Are they gelling well together? If they are, everyone in this bracket's in for a knife fight. I would imagine Coach Chris Jensen and owner Alan Buffton understand this and have been working to ensure that gelling happens, but we'll see. I anticipate Heat to, they didn't have a bad season last season. But I see them doing about the same, I think. Now, X Factor. Look, finished 3rd last season. This is a Sunday team. It's plain and simple. Coach Ryan Brand knows what he's doing, knows what he has, And the roster that I think they're rostering 8 guys this season, right? So, or at least at the first event, because Archie, right? They have a good mix of experience and speed. And that's necessary on this layout. So the addition of Tom Guest they're adding a big gun there. The loss of Archie, who probably would have played this layout pretty well, hurts a bit, but I still like their odds, right? They have great momentum coming off the last 3 events of the year. And I don't see any reason to think any different for heading into this event.
Awesome. Thank you, Mike. Ryan, you want to break down bracket D, please?
Yeah, I want to say something really quick about Ryan Brand. Ryan Brand may be the best general manager off-season of any general manager / coach in paintball. Like, just year after year, it's like he makes a move and you're like, okay, that was perfect. That was perfect.
Yeah, smart kid.
Yeah, we'll start with the Jungle Cats. What's that?
And that hair.
Yeah, great hair.
Great hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
SK and I don't know anything about that.
No.
I don't know anything about great hair. Just because I have it doesn't mean I know anything about great hair.
So I'll start with the Atlanta Jungle Cats. They add Coach Mike Bianca, Evan Morales, and vet Timmy Roberts to round out the young group. The Cats, which were formerly BR Factory, I think I answer this question about 4 times a week. So BR Factory team changed their name to Jungle Cats, which is an old school Alabama team. We've talked about it. I think Georgia team. Georgia. Yeah. We've talked about it several times on the show, but it's formerly BR Factory team. So won semi-pro relatively dominant fashion last year, went to World Cup only needing, I believe, like a 7th or 8th place finish in order to still win the series. So pretty dominant. Come into the league with, again, basically the same roster, just adding a few small pieces and then a giant piece with Coach Mike Bianca. Veteran leadership from Justin Bailey, Mike McGowan, Aaron Pate, all former Hurricanes and Ironmen. This is not really anything new for those guys. Like, especially the ex-Hurricanes guys, they're only a few years removed from winning semi-pro and coming into the league and kind of starting right here. And I think made a Sunday in their second pro event with the Hurricanes. So for these guys, this is kind of old hat. I think that we'll see a solid performance, just, the way Mike Bianca likes to coach. I think we'll see this as a very controlled, very disciplined group. I don't see this team getting blown out. We'll see kind of how they do. It's always weird for the first time stepping onto the pro stage.
For sure. And
then if something, goes wrong, right? And then watching a young team, how are they going to react? Is this going to be the thing that they kind of, is this kind of thing that kind of they implode over, or which can just absolutely destroy a match, and then they might get blown out. But I really don't think that's going to happen with this group. They're pretty emotionally intelligent. I'm excited to see sort of how they'll progress through the year. But I think at this first event, I still expect a solid performance. But this is a tough group. So Sea Dogs, who finished 17th overall in 2025. The downside for this group, especially coming into Tampa, is they haven't been able to really practice, right? The guys were here at Thunder Valley this weekend, got here on Saturday, basically said, Coach, there's 3 feet of snow where we're from.
It's below.
We haven't been able to play much paintball. So, they get here, it's 75, 80 degrees. It was gorgeous this weekend, by the way. This is a team that I think really the lack of many changes made them better, right? We kind of talk about that with teams like Seattle Uprising, Tampa Bay Damage. They get better with no change, right? Keeping the same guys. So they only add really one piece in Cody Chong, and then his father is going to help out with the coaching staff. Devin is still the head coach, so not like there were dramatic things occurring there. And then we'll go to the Hurricanes. Finished 10th last year overall. New ownership. Hopefully you guys have all seen the reel of John Brinkman standing at his, I don't even know what you call that thing, but just an absolutely gorgeous.
We need
gorgeous compound
like that in paintball.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's got bunkhouses bunkhouses big enough for, I believe, 3 teams. So certainly 2 teams, but I think he's going to build another. So there's going to be a large enough facility for 3 teams to be able to stay on site. Literally don't have to go anywhere. Everything you need is right there in that one place. They can play literally all day and all night. It's lit.
So cool.
Spent a ton of money on that training facility. Probably made the biggest player move of the offseason in moving Konstantin Fedorov away from the Tauntaun camp. That to me is the biggest player move, quickly followed by the Tom Guest move.
That and Shane losing Tom Guest.
That's great.
Yeah, I think those are. Well, hey, buddy, it's happened to all of us, right? Where did Konstantin Fedorov start?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. So he had to leave here to go somewhere. So big move for them. I do think that Fedorov absolutely makes them better. I think that the attack is really where the Hurricanes struggled. I do think it'd be interesting to see what happens with the loss of Stuart Ridgel, who was kind of the on and off field general. Also just an incredible paintball mind. So it'll be interesting to kind of see how the team can react to that. And then who's going to step up and take that leadership role? Is it going to be Drew Bell? Is it going to be Daniel Camp? There's a few question marks there. But again, bringing in Konstantin Fedorov allows, I believe, a really well-balanced attack for them, where they now have kind of a big threat on the Dorito side. They've got consistency on the Snake side, can create some tempo through the middle of the field. I think the Hurricanes are going to look really good this year. I'm excited to see how the discipline of the former kind of the Hurricanes guys from last year will mesh with sort of that relentless attack from Konstantin Fedorov. Tauntauns finished 6th overall in 2025. Leadership and coaching of the Tauntauns probably next to maybe only a couple teams in the league being as good as those guys are. Coach Pascal, veteran leadership from Colombo and Axel. They're just a very well-led team. Didn't think the Tauntauns, were going to get back here this year with losing their spot at the end of last season, and then they strike this deal with Tom to create the Tauntaun Arsenal. I'm sorry, I'm never going to call it that. It's just going to be Tauntaun to me forever. They do add American players Brett Messer, Ethan Adams, and Benny Carroll, as well as Peter Enfasi and Baptiste Geiger from their French team. By the way, Baptiste Geiger is one of the best French Dorito players. I'm really excited to see him playing in America. He can't fill the role that Fedorov played because he's not that kind of stylistically, he's not that aggressive, but he is a fantastic player. Really excited for the Americans to kind of get to face off against him, and for him personally to get to test his skills against the Americans. It'll be really interesting for them. We will see kind of how the loss of Fedorov is going to impact this team. I do think it will impact their attack kind of everywhere. He seemed to be the guy to start the wave, right? He seemed to be the guy who would go first, and then everybody else kind of follows. So we'll see if somebody can pick up the torch and be that guy for them. But I still think the Tauntauns are going to be good. I don't know about 6th place, but they're going to be good. Impact finished 4th overall in 2025. Actually had several roster changes in the offseason. Cut 2 guys, one of those being Mike Urena. And then pick up, in my opinion, one of the best Dorito side players. Stylistically, he's one of my favorites to watch. LJ Parrish can play both that read and react game and be incredibly aggressive and kind of shove it down your throat. And then Chad George, right, from Houston Heat. I think we've kind of seen Chad over the last couple of years had some, I would say, relatively unsuccessful seasons for Chad. I think we kind of expect more of him. I'm excited to see him on the Impact roster. I think he'll do very well there. I also think that adding those 2 pieces might help Impact to kind of increase their aggression a little bit. We all know, what's that?
Give them a little offense.
Yeah, right. Like the Impact plays, they're such a great communication team, probably the best in the league. Them and Fit are probably really close to win that award. But it would be nice to see them every now and again get up tempo and create a little more offense. We watched them in the ESPN show last year in the 3-on-3 play up tempo, and they were really, really good, right? Be nice to see them try to play a little more up tempo. So, but I think Impact's still going to be Impact, right? The core of that team is really, really solid. I wouldn't expect
they got a whole program, right? Solid coaches.
I wouldn't expect them to fall.
Everything's solid.
Yeah.
So really good breakdowns from you guys on the brackets. Thank you, man. You guys killed it. SK actually even doing research and stuff, man. Good.
Oh no! And they added Connor too.
Yeah, they added Connor. I was kind of disappointed Ryan didn't bring that up, but apparently he's not a big fan.
I was like, did they not?
It's very telling.
It's not that I'm not a big fan of Connor. I think Connor's going to have some challenges finding field time if he doesn't go back and play offense, right? Yeah. So if Connor really wants to be impactful on Impact, he's going to have to get back into an offensive role, which I think he's better at than playing the sport role he played at on Aftershock. I hope that they make that change with him. If they don't, I just don't think we're going to see much of him.
Okay. Well, time to make the picks, boys.
Oof. I won last year, right?
Shane won the first 2 years.
I didn't mean to laugh that hard.
Why are you laughing at me like that? That's messed
don't
up,
laugh at
man.
the champion, bro. You don't laugh at the champ.
I can't laugh at the champ. Yeah,
What exactly do you think you won?
Last place. Last place. Something. I don't know. Yeah,
that was terrible.
Yeah, that wasn't a very nice laugh.
Well, you were mean to me. I'm just getting you back.
Okay, I love it.
All right, SK, you ready to make your pick?
Yeah. So we'll just go across fit, damage, X Factor, impact. Then
can you just do A first?
Bracket A first.
Okay. Yeah.
Pretty please.
By bro.
I can type all this out.
Well, fit's obviously one.
Fit, uprising.
Okay.
Next column would be Red Legion and damage. Then X Factor Dynasty, Impact and Arsenal. And my wild cards will be Collision and Infamous.
All right. Nice. All right. Shane O'Mac, that's you, brother.
All right. Well, for A, I'll go Fit and Us. Legion and Damage. X Factor Dynasty. And Impact and Tauntauns. And for my wild cards, I'm going to go Canes and Infamous.
Okay. Uprising, guys, is out there, guys. Don't forget about the Uprising. Mike, would you like to give us your predictions, please?
Sure. So I'm going to go Fit in Ironmen.
Mm-hmm.
Look, you got to go.
Look,
and
break it down.
I too am going to go X Factor and Dynasty. I'm going to go Impact and Cats.
Yes.
It's a stretch.
And my wild cards will be Hurricanes and Infamous.
Should have gone Tauntauns because at least they might have made it in that bracket. Very nice, thank you.
You said Infamous and who?
Infamous and Hurricanes. Wait, hang on a minute. Yes, I'm sticking with it.
Ryan, please give us your picks.
I'm going to go Fit Collision.
What? That's crazy.
Legion.
I like it.
Damage. X Factor. Ooh.
X Factor.
X Factor,
Yeah.
Dynasty.
Yeah, you have to say it out loud.
Yeah. You can't just think it.
He's putting them in, not telling us.
I was like, I can switch these
I'm
I
writing
got
them
them
down to
all
be
right
safe.
this year.
If I'm going to be honest, I really wanted to pick leverage.
You could do
I
it.
wanted to pick leverage,
Yeah.
but I may pick them as my wild card.
There you go.
I was thinking the same.
See, I'm thinking about teams that can play lots of points. With the new rule change, things will be a little different.
That's right.
You want to talk about the new rule change, right?
Sure.
But you give us
I'm
your
gonna
last
take
bracket
Impact.
pick in first.
I'm working on it. Impact Hurricanes, and then I'm going to take leverage Uprising.
Nice.
And I'm nervous about Uprising.
Yeah.
Because they like to play slow. So I'm nervous.
Right. Exactly.
And I know Shane, like I want to pick the Ironmen, but they've let me down so many times.
Me
But I
too,
know that-
damn it.
And honestly,
Hey, come on.
and honestly,
I like
Shock
that.
too.
I
Like
like
we practiced them this weekend. They play really high tempo, right? So the new rule changes. So like in this, like I could pick Shock, and I could be right because they want to. Like Todd played super high tempo this weekend,
Right.
and honestly, I told him this on Sunday. I was like, Todd, you guys look better in chaos than you do trying to play that slow control game. Like you guys look awesome up tempo, like shooting guys out really quickly, and like his guys seem to react really well in up tempo. So I could pick Shock, and I might be right. You know what I mean?
Right.
So the new rule in your wins, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the matches that you win, the more points you score, the better for you. So a mercy rule 6-0 is the best, of course, but a 7-1, great. The more points you play, right? So you almost want to, if you're in a 6-0, don't win the next point. You want to win 8 points. You want to win 9. You want to get as many points as you can in those wins, right? Like a mercy rule 6-0 is not the best. If you can play 11 points, you want to have the highest score you can have, right?
Ryan, let me clarify this real quick because
it is a little bit.
Let's use this as an example. Let's say you're on the cusp. It's between you and another team in your bracket, and one match decides it. You won your match 7-4, and the other team won their match 4-3. You automatically go because you played more points.
Yep. You won more points. So it's about how many points you win, not how many points you play, right?
So you penalize the defensive teams.
Well, I don't know.
I'm just listening. I didn't really hear.
If you 6-0 in team, I'm trying to help the refs out by letting them get off the field and have some snacks. Like I'm trying to help everybody out.
That's a good guy. SK just gives and gives
I'm getting punished, and now I'm going to blow the horn when we win a point. Like, okay.
But hang on. Here's what I think is you should get a bonus if you mercy rule a team. There should be a bonus.
Yeah. Agreed.
Right. So instead of getting 4 points for that win, and this is just my opinion, instead of getting 4 points for that win, you should get 5.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's a new rule. We just made it up. It's a new rule now, guys.
Got it.
Just let everybody know.
Writing it down, so it'll be good.
What do we? Great show so far. What do we think about the 500 round thing, Shane?
Hang on. Dusty Court says, "Isn't fastest mercy the first tiebreaker?" I don't know. I wasn't in the last meeting.
Yeah, I wasn't in the last meeting, but I read the rule book, and there's no mention of that.
Yeah, Dusty, if you can find that rule, send it to us. We would love to know.
Yeah,
he says it was.
It's confusing. It's definitely
confusing. If it was talked about, that's great. But is it in the rules?
They're talking about putting it in the rules.
I see.
Yeah, if it's in the rules, then that's great. Yeah. If that's in the rules, because then whatever's time. So if there's a bonus for 6-0 and there's a whole bunch of time left, that's fantastic. That's like a bonus.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You save a bunch of time. So how's everybody feel about the 500 round rule? Shane?
The 5 pods?
Five pods?
Yeah. I think it's great. I really do. I think it's I do feel though that we're going to have layouts wherein it gets down to 3-on-3 and 2-on-2, the game's going to really slow up
No,
because everybody's going to be out of paint.
Yeah.
And we didn't really see that much on this layout, but the practice we had earlier when we played Shock in the Russians in Florida last month, you saw points go really long because realistically, it's 2-on-2 and everyone's out of paint.
Right.
So then they're like, you lose that kind of that you can't muscle a guy. You get almost in a defensive mode. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes for the year. But I like it. I think it's better. I when they asked me about it, I was like, yes, absolutely, yes.
You were never a big paint guy anyway. You used to play with 4 or 5 pods, so
yeah. I mean, why not? And
SK, what do you think, buddy?
I think I like it. I mean, in Europe, it's been 4 pods for a long time. I think that's the move. 5 is fine. Honestly, we may have some slow points, but we'll have more fast points.
Yeah.
So I think overall, I think the points level will increase, like the totals. So I think it's a good thing.
Cool. Mike, what do you think, buddy?
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. You said 500. That's really more like 740. But anyway.
I meant 5 pods, sorry.
Who's counting? But
I'll punch him for you, Rich. Don't worry about
it. It's just math. It's math. But I think it works good for it. Don't get me wrong, new rookie team coming from semi-pro, being able to play the style of paintball they played. We had to make some adjustments, but I like it.
Ryan? Obviously, it's good for the Rooskies.
I was going to say, you know what I'm going to say, pal.
They'd have been happy with 4.
Yeah.
We would.
One pod. One pod. Hopper ball.
If you look, like when our guys walk on, there's only one guy carrying more than 5 pods usually. Maybe 6, like depending on a role. But Justin's the only one that was carrying more than that, and it really made no difference to us. Like I honestly said, we're fine with 4. What is the majority said? And he said 5, and I was like, fine, 5.
Nice. Yeah. Second part, same question. How long does it take to go from pro to down into the divisionals for them to shoot 5 pods as well?
I don't think it does.
Well, it won't happen this season. I don't think
it won't happen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you think those guys are going to see us shooting 5 pods and not want to do the same thing we're doing that the pros are going to do? Save all that money?
Paint companies won't like that.
I think that's a totally different question. But if you're a struggling divisional player, you have no sponsorship, and you see the pro guys getting free paint and only having to play with 5 pods as you buy, your 11 or 12 pods a game. At some point, that's going to be an issue, right?
Here's what I think, though. But when you think about the divisional ranks, right? Like to me, below Division 2, so 3, 4, 5, whatever. In my opinion, those guys should be able to shoot as much paint as they want. I think you have a lot of regional teams that come to those NXL events that are local to them, and they don't have professional aspirations, right? They're just having a great time. They're playing barbecue paintball. They're there for the experience and for the fun. I think a lot of those dudes just want to see the bath beads come out of the other end of the marker at 200 miles an hour. You know what I mean? Like that's part of the excitement. Yeah, it's part of the excitement for them. To me, it's like, let those dudes have a place to play where they can do that. But then, again, that's just my opinion. Division 2 and semi-pro should be limited paint in some form, some fashion.
Makes sense.
I think semi-pro for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, you're preparing to make the leap if that's your goal, right? So, makes sense.
Very, very cool. Anybody got anything they want to finish the show off with?
I have one question. So last year, I thought we saw one team that was I called it a disruptor with the Tauntauns. I was just curious which team you guys think will be that this year. That is a little bit not what, we talked about at the beginning of the show, the top 8 or so teams. But what's the other team that was going to screw Sundays up?
Knock somebody out.
That could go a lot of different ways, right?
Yeah, now. That's why that's why I think it'll be interesting that you guys will all you might have different answers.
I was surprised how many of you guys didn't list Heat as one of your top 10 teams. So depending on how well they play, they could be one of those teams that, people are underappreciated or unexpected, but slip in there. I think Uprising is definitely has that opportunity to be a spoiler.
Yeah.
For me, I think it's Collision because I think they're not a fifth.
That would be fun.
Team.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to be and they're going to get better the fastest.
My only fear for Collision is they have a pretty tough bracket here at the beginning of the season.
For
and
sure.
As you know, if you lose that first event, if you end up in 18th, 19th, 20th place, you're now playing the next best teams at the next event, and it gets really hard to get out of that hole. So hopefully they can put enough work in an off season and hope they can get out of this first division and then, do well enough this first event so that they don't get stuck in that bracket 5 of death.
Yeah.
I'm waffling back and forth between Collision and Infamous.
Okay.
Infamous, that's a team we've often discussed.
Definitely could go sway.
Not just because, let's see, how do I want to phrase this?
Delicately?
Well, no, it's not that it's delicately. I don't want it to sound, what's the word I'm looking for? Okay. Like we've discussed them a bunch here. They have the talent necessary to win, but the consistency of execution just isn't there, right? Mm-hmm. They placed 13th last year and only made Sunday once, I believe. Someone check me on that. But, they did pick up Danny Schonauer, and I think that was an excellent decision. Between him, Jonah, Zach, you have a serious speed and aggression on the Snake side. They pick up Bowen, who's just a physical specimen in his own right. You couple that with Silberg, Reeser, and the rest of them. This is a team that has a tremendous opportunity if they can play as a team and increase that consistency. I think they could be the disruptor. I really do.
They need consistency, but you're right. They definitely have the talent.
I didn't pick them for the same reason I didn't pick the Ironmen. They just let me down so many times last year. I'm like, I would literally be like,
Dane, he keeps saying,
we're all friends here, guys.
My evil laugh is now been replaced by this.
Shane, I love you.
I know,
I
baby.
respect the shit out of you. It has nothing to do with you. It's literally just like, we'd have a layout come out, and I'm like, oh my God, Infamous is going to crush, right? We go to an event, they look great on Friday, look amazing. And then Saturday, I'm like, what happened?
Who are these guys?
Right? Yeah, this is like a completely different looking group. So I think when you think about SK's question, like when I consider how disruptive Tauntauns were, making 2 finals appearances, constantly challenging the top teams, running through their pools in the preliminary rounds in some of the events almost easily.
You think they can do that again?
Maybe a bump. No, I don't think they'll do that this year. But when I think about his question, like who could be that disruptor, what I think is exciting is we could see a different kind of one of those at each event. Like it could be.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Shock has a couple of young guys on their team that I think once they kind of get a little more comfortable in their own skin in the pro league, we could see these guys be incredibly impactful. But it could also just as easily go the other way, right? With those young guys, like they make a few mistakes and then they get down on themselves and they never really find that groove. The same way I think that could happen for Collision because of, you have some seasoned vets got there. All the points that Mike made about Infamous, all of that's real. But again, I'm still like with them, they frustrate me so much. And interestingly enough, I hate to say it this way, Dynasty could be the disruptor, right? They were kind of out of the top 5 picture last year. Dynasty could become that disruptor again.
Yeah, but do you really hang that mantle on them? Would you hang that mantle on Dynasty? They had a bad season. I don't think you can't
because they're Dynasty, right? You can't. They're not a disruptor because they're called Dynasty, right? But for me, it's probably the Hurricanes. I think the addition of Konstantin Fedorov with all the pieces they already have there, they're probably have the most, like the biggest opportunity to be what we would consider to be a disruptor.
Here's why I didn't say the Hurricanes, and it's and maybe because it doesn't fit the definition of the term, but I felt like the Hurricanes have always kind of been a disruptor, right? At least 3 out of 3 events a year since they went pro, they've kind of beat teams that they weren't supposed to beat.
Yeah, they were certainly.
Yeah, but they made 1 finals.
True,
Yeah.
true.
They made one finals.
Their second and third years, they made every Sunday until Cup, and they would poop the bed. I just felt like, they kind of. But you're right. I think Hurricanes, Infamous, Collision. These are all. Heck, man, Jungle Cats might show up and stab somebody in the eye, and everyone's like, "What the hell?"
Could be.
So
Could be.
Is that a new rule? The eye stabbing thing?
No, that's just what I threaten my guys with a lot.
We're going to bayonets.
I missed a lot of stuff. I didn't want to miss that.
We're going to bayonets. It's in the rule. It's in the rule book.
Ryan, you got anything else?
No, man. Great show. Good job.
Great question.
We didn't pick semi-pro, by the way.
Oh,
We got to pick the tiebreaker.
I just don't see us having a tiebreaker this time.
I mean, I tried to be very different.
So you want to do all the brackets for the semi-pro too, or you just want to pick them?
No. We just
pick
coaches to pick one winner.
Yeah.
And everybody has to pick somebody different.
SK, go.
I'll pick Wrecking Crew.
All right. Yeah, that makes sense. Shane O'Mac.
Jesters.
Nice. Mike.
I'm gonna pick Preferred Mob.
Mob. Nice. And Ryan. Get thin.
Oh, I know he's gonna.
There's a bunch of really good teams.
There's a really good team. There's
Yeah.
There's the Russian Legion team. There's the Hurricane semi-pro team. There's Shock.
Ooh, God, I forgot about the Shock guys.
I did too.
Las Vegas Shock.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Damn it. They got more pros on that team, man, than all
I'm
of
gonna
them.
pick Shock.
No.
I'm gonna pick
Fuck.
Shock. But Shock could the
I'm mad
Hurricanes
now.
team is also really good with a bunch of older pros, and a bunch of new young guys. I'll pick Shock. We played a couple.
Daniela's playing with them?
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
great.
cool.
What are they named
They have
though? I don't
Daniela-
see them.
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas Shock.
They have Daniela Rojas, Mark Johnson.
They got some hustlers.
LP is playing with them. Corey Fields is playing with them. Like, they're good.
Oh
Yeah,
my
no,
gosh,
they're
Los
they're
Angeles,
really
I
good.
should've-
Yeah.
They're awesome.
That would be fun to watch.
But I'm talking
Thanks for
about
not picking them, guys.
I'm
Yeah,
talking
good
about
job,
the
guys.
Hurricane team. Where's the Hurricane team?
But also, by the way, Blackout is going to be good. There's 4 of our guys on that team.
What's the name of the Hurricane team?
Havoc, maybe.
Yeah, I was ill prepared for this one.
Ill prepared.
You guys rushed me. I'm mad. I forgot about Shock. I'm mad.
It's
Todd's gonna be
literally
mad.
called,
Todd's gonna be mad at me.
it's literally
Thanks,
called
Shane.
Hurricane
Thanks, man.
Semi-Pro.
Yeah.
Mike, you got anything else?
No, I just don't see him listed in the bracket.
SK, you got anything else you want to
Hurricane
cover?
Semi-Pro.
Nope, I had my question.
Shane O'Mac, you got anything?
I just want to tell everyone safe travels, man, and let's have a good season. And
There they are.
and then honestly, like you talked about, let's be responsible for everybody when we go to Tampa. This is a big deal for our league and for our sport. We always talk about growing the sport and all this kind of stuff, and a lot of moving parts to make this happen. So I think we got to go out there and let's go put on a show for everybody.
100%. And Ryan, Shane apologizes, okay? He's doing the best he can. He's going to try not to let you down any further, okay?
Fuck, please.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you guys all. You guys are all amazing. I can't wait to watch you guys at Tampa Bay in the stadium next weekend.
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Really quickly, just some housekeeping things. All of the Thursday events, if you are not going to be here in Tampa, all of the Thursday events can be found right here on Major League Paintball's YouTube channel for free. So all of the 3-on-3 will be happening during the morning time at 6:30. In the evening, we need everybody to be in the stadium from 6:30 until that thing is done. We need everybody in the stadium. So also, if you are not going to be at the stadium, we need you at 6:30 to be logged in and be watching the YouTube channel.
Yes.
All of those statistics are going to be very, very important. You guys keep talking about wanting more opportunities to watch free paintball. This is your chance. This is your
Heck,
opportunity.
watch it
So,
on your phone in the stadium.
100%. Yeah. 100%.
That'll help.
Yeah, for sure.
big opportunity. This could lead to having, full events inside stadiums. This is a test. So let's not fail. I don't know how you guys did in school, but let's not fail.
Failing's not fun.
Not cool, man.
No,
Not cool.
man, I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, me too. Have a great week, guys.
Yeah, thanks,
We'll
Rick.
see you guys really soon. Thank you to Major League Paintball Plus, Tom Cole, Kevin Fillers, Darren Cessna, and Amanda Maltz. For Mike Bianca, Rich Telford, SK, and Shane Pastana, I'm Ryan Gray. As always, be responsible.